On the relationship between carer...
Deplorable. It's illegal.
It's illegal, of course. It's illegal, Mr. Speaker. But I was looking for a more serious, a more gross terminology.
Immoral too.
Immoral too, yes, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. I know you are away with what. And Mr. Speaker, we will make sure that we provide oversight. On the relationship between county roads and carer roads, we will put in place a more coordinating mechanism. I think signage plays a role. If a road has been done by carer, let them put a sign there that is carer, so that then the counties do not come and superimpose some few mara here and there, and then they take away the money. That is the other problem, duplication. We will eliminate duplication, Mr. Speaker. And we want to ensure that the counties are doing roads, and where those roads can be classified as carer, we can take over to assist the counties where they are unable to do it. On the issue of since the ministry is in charge of classification and policy, we'll make sure that the policy framework is put in place. Honorable Anyonya, I have nothing to add. Kenya has deployed technology which automatically picks your weight, the weight of your goods, and the bill is just sent to you. That is progressively, that's where we are going to go. But insofar as maintenance is concerned, I have answered that question. We will maintain the money so that we ensure that they are used. I didn't get properly, Rehab, the question, Honorable Rehab Mukami, on the trained personnel. You don't need to repeat it. The point is this: since those are specific issues that are touching on specific trained personnel who perhaps have been ignored or not given opportunity to serve, despite the training, they spend a lot of money. That's how I understood. I will take over that matter with you personally once approved. Lapset. Oh, sorry, I forgot Lapset. That's a very important one. Nyeri, and I am aware of the Nyeri roads. I'm aware of the Mamioro roads. They are part of the roads that we promised as, and this government promised that they will complete all the started roads. I am actually particularly aware about that road because I have relationships around your area. And so when I went there the other day, they reminded me that they want to go to Nyandaro without going the long route because the road is already provided. But you know, there's also the issue of conservation, dealing with the KFS and KWS and the question of the elephants. We must do our roads, but also conserve the environment. So we'll have that conversation to ensure that conservation of environment will be achieved, but people will be able to move in good time. Let me respond to the issue of LAPSET, which I forgot. Mr. Speaker, you were in the cabinet of President Mwai Kibaki that established LAPSET, and you know LAPSET was put in the office of the president as a coordinating body to ensure that those projects along the LAPSET corridor are implemented. The first thing I'll do is to put together all the implementing agencies, improve the coordination of LAPSET as an authority itself. Maybe, if need be, we can bring it as a legal entity properly within an act of parliament, if need be. Number two, the LAPSET corridor must be developed, and I think I should have answered this when I was answering Honorable Mishi's question. The Lamu port has already been completed. Three berths have been developed, but there are no goods that are docking there. There are no ships that are docking there. What we are going to do is, so far the road from Lamu, Ijara, Garissa is complete. But it's not a road, Mr. Speaker, to be proud of and say, oh yeah, it's complete, then we go. It's a Maram road constructed 40 million per kilometer. Mr. Speaker, the first thing I'll do is to have a conversation with the contractor who was given that job and look into the procurement procedures and the law, with the possibility of just adding something small on top of what the contractor was given for make sure that that road is tarmacked. And then the road from Garissa to Isiolo has just been awarded. Mr. Speaker, we must also push to ensure that it's tarmacked. It's not Maram Road. And then now it will connect from Isiolo to Moyale, where we hope that Kenya Ports Authority will put their inland container depot. We also ensure that the Isiolo, I'm going to find out why exactly the Isiolo port is not functioning, Mr. Speaker, for the reasons that I'm told the runway was short, the contract was not to the standard that was required. We will see, Mr. Speaker, all those issues. That corridor will open up.
Runway is very short.
Yeah, it's too short. So, Mr. Speaker, all that region must be open, Mr. Speaker. And the Bible says a nation is judged by the way they treat the weak, Mr. Speaker, and the marginalized. We must now open up these areas that have been marginalized for a long time, which were then called non-high potential. We must make sure that they are high potential, opening up those roads, opening up the infrastructure. Mr. Speaker, we have a market in South Sudan of 50 million, in South Ethiopian part of bordering Kenya and Moyale of 50 million people. If we are not careful, if we don't finish Lapset immediately, Mr. Speaker, we are in danger of Ethiopians moving to Djibouti port at the expense of a shorter route that would the goods would have come from Lamu port, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I think
I now take Koech, Amisi, Raso, Shurie, Emase.
Thank you. My brother, I get the feeling that we probably in the future should rename your ministry as a ministry of pending bills. That notwithstanding, my question is, this ministry seems to be largely under capture by individuals or capture by the Chinese. Most organizations under this ministry, most businesses, Kenyans have complained that they do not get the fair share of contracts when they compete for different tenders. Mostly, you will realize, even in our villages, there is always those Chinese doing projects that can be done by Kenyans and our own entrepreneurs. What will you do deliberately to make sure that you knock off the Chinese and the Kenyans who do the contracting are given a fair share of the business?
Unity Homes invites you to our open week from the 15th to the 23rd of October at Tatu City off Thika Superhighway. Come, view our vast array of high-quality projects nestled in the upcoming controlled Tatu City, ranging from 1, 2, 3 and 4-bedroom apartments offering an ultra-modern, all-inclusive lifestyle for all. See you there. Book your unit today by calling us on 0701 550 550.
Yeah, thank you, Chairman. The nominee, you understand, transport system is really the control of the country's economy. You are literally on the road to prosperity or on the road to oblivion. That's where you are. It's your choice. I want to name you some few roads. Kambimiwa, Koikoi, Lukome, Kaptama, then there's Lukome, Gitwamba, there's Bapton, Index, Kisawai, Endebes, then there's Kisawai, Kitalale, Kipsongo, Kitale. I'm naming these roads specifically because they have put that constituency to be one of the only constituencies in Kenya without a road of the bitumen standard. And mostly it is maybe the history, because it has been represented in Bunge by members of opposition since the late Wamalwa Kijana. And I want to make a history. You know, we do so well. You go to the constituency, they tell you, Caleb is back because of very good program on CDF. But you will be abused in funerals because of these roads that you have absolutely nothing. No powers over. And this has happened in many parts of this country, that the government of the day tend to skew development depending on the representation of that member of parliament. And remember, these are taxpayers. Punish Caleb, but don't punish the people of Saboti. Because this is not the road that's going to be used by Caleb, it's going to be used by the people of Saboti. I've really tried to be part of the Gambia. I don't know how I will do it, but I've really tried. I've really tried to represent my concerns as a member of the government. But I don't know, maybe one day I'll be blessed. But do not punish my people because of Caleb. I really want this, because we need to have, it's good you've had a speech, but we need to have a clear program. You don't need to have members of parliament tamak into your office. They have no powers. Just let the people of the country know that this year, these roads will be constructed. Then you'll not see a member coming to your office. because people tend to think the people are supposed to construct these roads. But let's just have a county-wide program that everybody will believe in, knowing that next year we know these roads will be constructed. These areas will be taken care of. Then we will not have to be tarmacking to your office. It will be a clear program, and that's why I want, Chairman, I needed to say that because I'm very passionate. I wanted this issue to end with my reign, that it has been overlooked by my previous leaders, but it wanted to end with my reign. And I want this program to be the countrywide, not the people of Saboti. It needs to be a proper program, not speech. Speech you can speak the whole day. But what is the program? What is this program that you have, you want to share with the people of Kenya?
You're making a speech. Sorry, Raso.
I hope in the future we will be able to have more interaction with members of parliament as a representative of the people, members, council of governors, and other entities that work on matters roads, to make sure that we solve the problems that are bedeviling our transport and infrastructure docket. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank you, thank the appointing authority, and thank, without forgetting, Mr. Speaker, and more importantly, the people of Elgeyo Marakwet County, without whom, Mr. Speaker, I would never be who I am, because they are the ones who took care of me, protected me, elected me, and now I have an opportunity given by the President to serve the people of Kenya. I want to say thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Murkomen. Before I release you, you will furnish our clerk and her team a copy of the judgment that you made reference to, the one that exonerated your law firm. Once you do that, you are released to go to your other national duties. Members, I'll give you 5 minutes to stretch. You will resume at 11:21.
Na mtazamaji, na hapo ndipo tamati ya kikao hiki cha kwanza cha kumsahili seneta wa gatuzi la Elgeyo Marakwet na vile ambaye aliwahi kuhudumu kama kiongozi wa walio wengi katika bunge la Seneti, Onesmus Kipchumba Murkomen, akitetea ufafu wake kuwa waziri wa barabara na uchukuzi, wizara muhimu zaidi katika taifa hili. Kumbuka kwamba ameweza kuweka paruanja masuala ambayo yataweza kuwafanyia wananchi ikiwa jina lake litaweza kupitishwa na kamati ya watu 15 kiongozwa na spika wa bunge la kitaifa ambaye vile ndiye mwenyekiti Moses Masika Wetangula. Ameweza kuulizwa maswali kuhusiana jinsi atakavyopambana au kuimarisha ile mradi wa lapset na vile reli ya kisasa. Ameweza kuulizwa kuhusiana na swala zima ambalo limejitokeza wazi kuhusu kukabiliana na wale ambao wanakiuka sheria za trafiki, na akasema kwamba ataweka mpango kabambe kukabiliana na watu kama hao, na vile swala la kupewa kandarasi watu ambao hawajahitimu, na vile kudokeza kwamba atakabiliana na wale ambao wanafanya kazi duni ya kutekeleza au kuhakikisha kwamba barabara inatengezwa maeneo tofauti ya taifa hili. Ameweza vile kuzungumzia kwamba atakuwa anaweka angatua zote katika kaunti zote 47. Kwa hivyo atakuwa anajaribu kuwahimiza wale watu 15 kuweza kumpa nafasi kupitia usemi wake, na baada ya hapa tutakuwa tunajiunga naye Soipan tu ambaye atakuwa kwenye kikango vile kutafuta kiti au kupewa ile kiti cha baraza kuwa waziri katika wizara ya mazingira Soipan tu. Kwa hivyo ni muda mchache kutoka sasa utakuwa na mkao hiyo ambayo itakuwa inaendelea kwa sasa, na kuelekeza moja kwa moja kwenye shirika la utangazaji nchini KBC uweze kupata mpumziko fupi, kisha tarejea Soipan tu atakapokuwa kwenye kikango akiweza kusazwa katika kiti cha